Morty and Mr. Ryan? Talk to the guys a little
Well, it's terrific. Obviously, they have that kind of support from the leadership in our university, and Morty has been so generous since day one. I mean, I'll go back to the Alamo Bowl when he still wasn't our president yet. He addressed the team on Thursday before the game. That was spectacular, and obviously our young men get an opportunity. They have them in class too. It's special. And then today was the first day that Mr. Ryan ever addressed the football team.
Really?
So that was really, really special. Obviously he and Shirley are the entire family are incredibly generous to the university, and that generosity speaks for itself. But also to our football program. So to have him address the guys was something really special.
I could hear the word academics coming out of his mouth. Is that what he was?
He just talked about how proud the university is of the program. To be the number one school, number one football program academically in the country is something that we strive for and take pride in. And as he said, he's been a part of this program for 7 decades. And to see where we're at today and be kind of in our heyday, but not be satisfied with where we're at is what's so exciting. And to have him say we've got 100% backing from the board of trustees, strong statements. We know that, but to hear that and for the guys to hear that is something really special. I'm very thankful for that kind of support.
What were you hoping to accomplish today, and did you?
Well, number one, I wanted to come out injury-free as always, and we did, so that was positive. Bumps and bruises, but that's no big deal. It's football when you put pads on. Number two, I wanted to see the way that some of the young guys would go out and compete when the coaches were out of it completely. And there was ebb and flow. I mean, there was good and bad. We moved the ball a little bit, a couple of turnovers. Take a look at why. A couple guys wide open. Look at why. And then, I'm just encouraged with right now where our attitude is. We had a pretty hard workout yesterday, and to see the way the guys came out, really good attitude with some heavy legs today. I thought they handled it well.
Obviously, you want to keep some of the ones fresh, but how valuable is it to get a look at some of those twos?
Well, you guys have been covering us long enough to know this is kind of what we do in this scrimmage. This is our chance, I think, more as an entire program, not just the coaching staff, but the guys that are going to be running out there first to see the kind of 1Bs, and watch them compete, and then to kind of flip the roles now. While Boosie and those guys are over there on the defensive sideline cheering on the guys that have been cheering them on for the last 2 weeks, and flip it over to Kane and Rashad and the guys are over there cheering on the guys, that have been cheering them on. So, I think it's really great from a football family standpoint to learn and grow and to get better, and that's what we've done. We've had a good camp. We're moving in a good direction.
Dean Lowry seemed to be active today. Can you talk about him?
And he's been active all camp, Teddy. He's one of those guys that as we kind of progress through this week to see kind of making the decision on whether or not we're going to play him or redshirt him. But I've been very pleased with the way he's picked up the system. And then gone out and made plays, when the opportunities presented itself.
Well, Rod Goodlow was working at linebacker today on the outside after he was at defensive end for a little while, right?
Yeah, just again trying to get guys in the best position possible to get on the field and have a role. And we've moved Rod back to linebacker, and he'll drop a few pounds here over the next couple of weeks to put himself back in shape for that. So, as we start the season, that's where he'll begin.
How do you hope he contributes this year?
Well, I hope he earns a role. He'll contribute whatever he earns. If it's at linebacker, great. If it's in the kicking game, great. Just hope everything's going to work itself out for him.
Lowry looks like he was probably also a pretty good basketball player. He's a big guy.
Yeah, Dino's a very gifted athlete. Yeah. He's from a great family. Rockford Boylan, great program. And, I think he was undefeated as a junior and senior on varsity, so great success. We were very excited about him in recruiting, and he's been as advertised, just like most of the freshmen have. I feel good about that class. I think they've got a very bright future.
What do you think about Odenabo and his chances of redshirting versus playing?
Yeah, I don't know that yet, Teddy. I liked what he's done so far in camp. Obviously we've got another week worth of evaluation to go before we get into game week, and we kind of go into 3 phases, right? The guys that are going to redshirt, I've pretty much got a pretty good clue on.
Yep.
There's that group that I call it kind of the Top Gun flight deck kind of guys, like Tom Cruise after we lost Goose. He's sitting there waiting to get shot off into the fight. We got a big group of that in there, and then we got a couple guys that I think if we had to make a decision, we're playing this Saturday, would play. I think Fadi would fall into that flight deck group right now, and we'll talk. I kind of look at it each guy on an individual basis. Yeah. He's in good enough shape. He's functionally strong enough to go play. He's picking the system up pretty well. Now we got to assess: do we need him to play, and does he want to play? And what I mean, do we need him to play? Is his role going to be significant enough to take away, the back end? And that's a big decision. And we involve the young men in that decision. I always have. And so, I was a guy that played when I wasn't ready as a true freshman. And You know, I don't think I would have been the player that I became without playing early too. So at the end of the day, I think it's a very important decision that impacts not just this year, but for the future for the young man, and I take it very seriously.
Because by the back end, you mean a potential 5th year, I assume?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and what is he going to be at, you know, what's he going to be like at 265 pounds 4 years from now, you know, compared to 235 or whatever he is right now. So, you know, that's just one very specific example, but that's how I look at it for each guy. And then I hold the coach's feet to the fire, you know. If we're going to play them now, they're going to play. They're going to be in the rotation, and they're going to play. We are not going to waste a year on special teams. I do not believe in doing that philosophically. You know, I ran down and covered kicks and whatever. It was what it was, you know. But I just don't want to do that unless it's something out of need and then the guy's going to be coming in the rotation.
Is Lowry in that first group?
If we had to play this week, I'd say yes.
Can you mention any other freshmen who might be with him?
Not right now.
Okay.
I think we got, like I said, I think we got a big group. Yeah, maybe Danny Vitale, you know, is probably in that same boat. But then I think the rest of the group is kind of in that flight deck to go meet Coach Hooten, and you're in the D squad, and you're going to start looking like this in about a couple of weeks, you know. So.
What was the experience like yesterday with the Seals?
Well, you know, I think it was a game. Well, it was really just a program-changing experience for everyone. You know, we're very appreciative, obviously, of what that group of men do to defend and protect our freedom, but to be able to go through an experience what we did yesterday, from the leadership and the team development and the mental toughness development to then having a chance to go actually get that tested, was absolutely amazing. And I don't want to speak for the players. I don't want to speak for the young men or Matt McPherson from our staff that went through it, but we had some heavy legs out here today, and the guys fought through it well.
Jack Canocto is a guy who switched around positions a little bit, and this in Kenosha tackle. I mean, have you been impressed with what you've seen from him?
Yeah, Jack's doing well. You know, Jack's getting better. He's improving. You know, he's going to have to be ready to play both sides, without a doubt. But you know, those pieces will come together as guys kind of get over the little bumps and bruises this week.
Both sides being right and left tackle?
Yeah, he's got to be ready to play tackle on both sides.